All right, we are live with Dr. Jasmine. How are you
Hello.
doing this morning?
I'm great. How about you?
Good, good. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day
It
out
is.
there. They got nice, nice blue skies. As you can see, we're both in Atlanta. So how
Yeah,
fun is that?
it is good. It's fun.
Yeah, I
Love
know.
it here.
So cool. Thanks for joining today. And you have like one of the coolest chiropractic stories. You like came
Yeah.
up from being a chiropractic assistant and then being an office manager with Dr. David
Hmm.
Shapiro and going through school and then now working with Dr. Fogel.
Yes, I
So,
did.
I mean, I think what's cool about our podcast is that we reach the public, we reach chiropractic students, and we reach
Hmm.
chiropractic doctors.
Hmm.
So you're in this great place where you're just coming out of school into the world, and I think
Yep.
that it's cool for you to share not only your story, like your chiropractic story, how did it happen, working with Dr. Fred, working with Dr. Shapiro, and then like
Yeah.
what was the choice to go into chiropractic school, and then how has it been coming out of chiropractic school, and like what does it feel like? What's that transition like? So, I
Well, it's
mean,
super cool. It's so different being a doc versus being all the other things that I was,
yeah,
which is really, really nice. But let me start from the very beginning, I guess.
yeah.
I'll start way back, way, 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 way
All
back.
right, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do
So basically, how did I start? So I grew up, I'm one of seven, and my parents, they've been married for like 41 years. And, but growing up, my mom, she wasn't like super, she would just randomly get unwell, like a lot of muscle spasms or just a lot of things going on to where she couldn't move so much. She was in car accidents. I didn't even know like she'd been to chiropractors before, but like she just never
it.
got better. And so like it was to the point like I never flew until I got out of college. I mean, got into college and like went on a trip. I never like we didn't do super crazy road trips all the time just because she couldn't really handle it.
Yeah.
So that was my whole childhood. So
You
of
mean
course going,
because her because of something going on with her body?
oh, it's definitely, it wasn't, it's not like it's her spine. It wasn't a disease or anything
Uh,
like that.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but I, of course, I had no knowledge. I had no knowledge of chiropractic. The super cool thing though about my mom is that she raised me to be super holistic.
okay.
Like she had like Jack LaLanne, who I didn't know was a chiropractor. She had like his juicing books. If we ever were sick, which was very rare because of her, she would take us like to the doctor and they would be like, oh, they have this. Do you want this antibiotic? She's like, no. And then we would go like to the like a supplement store or any kind of other store, natural medicine store, and like talk to the person about what we had and get all the things for that. Like that's how I grew up. I never ate out. She never brought anything bad into the house. She handmade our lunches every day before school. Every day, I was drinking apple cider vinegar and molasses like every
Yeah,
single day. That's
yeah.
just how we lived. If we were sick, oregano oil in our ears, wherever, it just didn't matter.
Wow.
But that was how I grew up. So I didn't grow up with medicine, if that makes sense. But
Right.
seeing my mom that way and not knowing about anything but what we've been doing, I thought, okay, I have to become a doctor. So I was like, I'm going to go a medical doctor. I'm going to go to medical school. That was my goal. Medical school, I was become an orthopedic surgeon, possibly. Like that was like my goal.
Yeah.
And so I was like very studious in school, did a great job in school, did sports, all of that. And then I got into Emory. So I went to Emory for my undergrad. Of course, I was pre med. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, doing this. And I was just so sure about everything. But I didn't shadow until my senior year. So I was go to school, I would work full time, and then in the night I would go to TROA. So I was shadow under and attending, and I would be there throughout the night, throughout all these things with all these kids. And you
Yeah.
see insane stuff. And I just remember like being there and just like, I don't know if this is what I want to do, which sucks because I'm in my senior year. I'm preparing for all my MCATs. I'm doing all the stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. This doesn't feel right. Like, and I think it's just because of
Right.
how I was raised. I don't get me wrong, some things I saw were amazing. Like I liked when we were able to figure out this child has a tumor, like we need to save his life or something like that.
Right.
But there were a lot of situations where it just wasn't like that, and there was nothing given beyond medication, which I just knew in my head, like there are different things
Yes.
people can do
Right.
for other things, you know. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. So I left there and I graduated, and I was like, ugh, what am I going to do? So I got a job working with, she's pretty actually kind of famous, Dr. Taz. She is a really big holistic doctor.
Yeah.
And she's in Brookhaven. So I worked with her and I worked at the spa that she had. And I learned a lot from there. Like that was the first time I learned about extensive blood work and, you know, what things mean. And you can get like a vitamin C shot, IV, all these other things. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but I don't know. Like it just never, it didn't fit. And so after 9 months, I was like, okay, maybe I should search for something else to do. And so I was looking for another job and in the kind of same field. And then this job for a chiropractor showed up. And what was super cool about the job was the description. It wasn't just like, oh, this is what you do, this is what you do, like a chiropractic assistant, like this is what you're gonna do. It was mostly, this is what we believe.
Yeah.
And that was for the office I worked for, which was Complete Spine Solutions with Dr.
Right.
David Shapiro.
Right.
And it put on there everything that they believed about health. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. Okay, I want this job. So I was like, okay, I gotta go. Went to the interview. The first interview, which was super cool, was what we call in our world, like the workshop, which is where you go over what we do as chiros and specifically our specialization as chiros versus what other people do and why it works and why it helps, which is CBP, which I know we'll talk about later. But, and I was just sitting there and I'm listening to it, and that's our first interview. And I'm just like, my mom has to come here. And at the time, my mom was living in Savannah. And I was like, she has to come here. Like, this is, I literally just talked to her recently, and I was like, she was on the couch. She didn't feel good. She's not moving. She's like spasming. And I'm like, she needs to come here. Like, this sounds like what she should do. So I'm going through.
Why did you think that though? But why did you think that?
Because of what they were saying about the body and how it heals and why. And it was like, even after all of the schooling I'd had, of course, pre-med, so I took a bunch of biochem, all the things, like it wasn't explained that way. It was about how the brain functions, the spinal cord, and how your spine protects your spinal cord. And how if anything is going with your spine, it can affect your nerves and everything coming out. And I was like, what in the heck? Nobody ever told it to me.
Why didn't anybody tell me that? Yeah.
It was so weird. And so that's when I was like, okay, this makes sense. She's probably got issues. She's been to so many doctors. Let's just try this. So I go through the process. Of course, I stand out and I get hired within like, I don't know, maybe a week or something like that. And I start working there. And the first thing I'm like, okay, I got to get my mom here. So my mom, she's coming into town. I'm like, hey, yeah, you should just stop by my job and like, come on in. And I'm like, hey, yeah, you should just become a new patient. Like, let's just go ahead and do everything.
Nice.
And I did that. And my dad got on the phone to go over her results. And of course, things weren't great with her spine. And the really crazy thing is mine looked just like hers. And I'd suffered with migraines, headaches, and all that stuff for many years, because now I learned that your spine is inherited. Like, you're going to get it from somebody. And I literally, mine, her identical. Like, I have all of my mom's spine. So I just realized like I would be like her in years if I didn't do anything about mine as well. So I was getting treated. I was reaping the benefits. I was feeling so much better. And then I was like, she has to come. And so I made her, and I talked to my dad, and I was like, Mom, Dad, what are we going to do here? Like, we've got to do something different. And I think this is it. So what I need y'all to do is move down here from Savannah, and just, you can stay with me, whoever you need. Like, you can get a place out here. They got a place out here. And like, she needs to get this treatment. you know,
So
it's going to be
they
for
moved.
They moved. Yeah, they did.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
They
I mean,
did.
it shows a lot of power for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, it
was
was.
there any like hesitation? They were like, Jazz, what do you mean?
No,
No?
because I was just like, well, the way that Dr. Shapiro had explained to them what was going on, and I think just having their daughter be like, she needs this.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What kind of life is she living? Like, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. We've got to
Totally.
take the next step. This is what we got to do. So they did.
So cool.
And
So
like, it wasn't a super hard thing for them, I will say, because like they've been in Atlanta their whole life. Like they moved from Savannah when they were really young, before they had their first kids. So they were been here for many, many years. So we had several bases here. So
Right.
it wasn't too hard for them to move, but they did
Sure.
move out here, and she got treated, and then she got so much better. I actually just saw my mom 2 weeks ago, and like I adjusted her, and she's doing her dinner roll still. She's going to the
Amazing.
gym 5 days a week. I mean, I didn't grow like the mom. It's super cool because like the mom that I got to see after is the mom that I always wish that I'd had growing up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
that's what
What was the difference?
she
Like
was
just
living.
healthy, strong, like yeah.
She was living. She
Yeah.
wasn't surviving. Like she was actually living her life. I think that was the difference.
That's so
And
cool.
I didn't grow up seeing that. So it's just different. She goes on long road trips. I mean, like, it's just so different. Like what she is doing. She's able to go to the gym. Like she never really did any of that. So it's just really cool to see the transformation. She hasn't had those issues since at all.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, she stays in her home care. She gets adjusted, and she's living a great life. And I'm
That's so
just
cool.
so thankful. So back to me. So that
Yeah.
inspired me, and I was like, okay, if there's anything that I'd want to do, it would be this,
Right.
because I just see day in and day out, and it's almost like miracles. Like you just see patients come in at their lowest point, and then they heal, and then
Yeah.
they become a different person, because you know when you don't have your health, the only thing that you're focused on is getting your health back, and then once you get your health back, now you can focus on the life you want to live. You know, so that's what I saw when I was there. And I said, okay, this is what I want to do. But it took me a while. It took me a while to get to going to school, because I was comfortable where I was for a while. And then I was getting coached with Dr. Fred and everybody. And I knew within a year of working there, I wanted to go to school, but I think I wasn't ready. I wanted to get more time under, learning more things. And like I
Yeah.
was progressing really, really fast from a CA to like a manager in a few months to like, it was just, that's what I was doing. And it was so much fun. And I got to learn, which I'm really grateful for, a lot of the business side, a lot of the behind the scenes, a lot of how to run a team. And that's where
Yeah.
Dr. Fred came in.
Right.
And I learned so much from him on just my convictions and why I want to do what I want to do, and how I do things is super important. How the energy that I have towards anything that I do is super important, which I never struggle with that. Like I'm
Right.
always so happy with doing this. Like it's because I just knew, like, if this was my career, I would go into work every day feeling amazing and feeling like, okay, the next thing is this is who we're going to help. This is who we're going to help heal. And like, and not even just heal, it's just like, we're going to allow people and show them how to make a big decision. And a lot of people put themselves last, you know? So through our influence and what we tell and like how we show them things, it's like, okay, they make that decision to want to put them and their health first for the first time in many, many years. So that's a cool thing, because it's almost like they change at that moment. It's not even, of course, they change more after, but a big change happens then when they decide for themselves that they're also important. They've been giving to their families, to their job, to everybody for so many years, and then they're finally giving to themselves. So
Right.
it's always like super nice being involved in that whole decision. And I've loved it.
Yeah.
And
So how long were you at Dr. Shapiro's?
I was there for about 4 years. And
Right.
then I remember I had went to a boot camp earlier in the year, and I was talking to Dr. Fred, and he was just like, "You're a chiropractor, Jasmine." And like,
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
like,
Sorry to break it to you. You're meant to heal the world.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I think he kind of actually said that.
Yeah.
I literally said, I know.
I know.
And he said, go apply right now, like
Yeah.
today. Like
Yeah.
run the boot camp, go apply. And I did. And I like talked to a
Okay.
lady and she was like, yeah, I'll waive the application. It was like everything was falling into place. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
God, I guess this is what I need to do because
Right.
there was no opposition. It was
Right.
like, boom. And so I applied. And what I did was because I had kind of held off for like until the next year because there were some things I wanted to do within that year since I was going to be prepared to go to school. So I signed up to start January 2023. So through 2022, I worked really hard, tried to get the office to where it would be really great without me
Yeah.
there. I saved a lot so that I could purchase a home because what I didn't want to do was to rent while I was in school. My goal was to get a home and then rent it out when I was finished, so that I could there's a bunch of students here looking for a home. So
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
did, I just buckled down and I worked really hard. And at the end of the year, I was like, okay, goodbye. It was so sad, but they had, in the Shapiros, they just believed in me so much. They put so much into me.
Who's they? Who's they?
The Shapiros.
The Shapiros. Yeah.
When I was at their office, yes, they did.
Yeah.
They put me in situations constantly where I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that just became my normal. And then it just became a point where, okay, like there's just no situation where I'm uncomfortable in. It's just, I'm going to just go handle it. And they just helped develop me as a person in that way, which I'm always and forever going to be so grateful to them for. And they helped heal my mom. So that is just, there's always going to have like a super
hero.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Dr. Shapiro.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then I go to school.
Yeah, right, exactly. Totally. Deep breath moment.
Yeah. I mean, so I go to school. And school's insane. It is not like undergrad at all, but it's phenomenal. The things I was learning just the first day. And I was like, okay, this is great. And then I just kept going through. I met the love of my life in school. We both started at the same time. And and we finished school. And so the cool thing is throughout school, what I was learning, I got really into functional medicine as well. I just got really into it. And I actually helped with a club there as well. I helped start or restart the club that was there. And I was like, okay. And I'd met Dr. Kyle I'd known him for a long time, like over the years, all throughout while working with the Shapiro. So I was like, okay, well, let's see what his office is talking about. So I went there and I know you guys had you and Piari, y'all had went there and you were telling me about your experience. I was like, okay, I'll like come up there and I'd help intern and do, because I knew how to do traction and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I went there and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like they do everything and functional medicine and they have a whole nother side.
Right.
I was like, okay, this is nice. And so I really enjoyed that. And so throughout school, when it came time to do, there's an internship you have to do. I was like, okay, I could go to the Shapiros. I could go there and that would be really comfortable for me. Or I could go to Dr. Kyle and explore more and see more about not just CBP, but all the other things, the functional medicine, the anti-aging, everything else that he does. And I was just so interested in that because I do now, like I want to become a functional medicine practitioner, doctor.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll be doing as well. But I was like, okay, let me go there. Like, let me just do that. And it was it was such a great experience.
Yeah.
Jordan and I, my fiance, we both went there. And it was just it was different in a way with the people that were coming in. It's almost like people knew that he had all this extra stuff to really help them heal.
Right.
And so we would get I just never saw like people I'd never seen like coming through the door or like never seen clinically coming through the door.
Right. Exactly.
And like heard all the rare things you hear about in school and like, I'm like, oh my goodness. And this is every patient. It's like not just like there's nobody normal. There's nobody like, oh, I just have neck pain. And
It's fascinating how when you create the space for people to heal from the most, like, like you're saying, those things that you hear, like the one-offs, but then there's so many of them coming in all the time. It's like Dr. Fogel, Dr. B, Dr. A, they've really done an incredible job of just like putting the tractor beams out there, like, come to us to heal. And now you're there.
And now I think
now you got Dr. Jasmine there.
I know. And I've been killing it, by the way. He tells me. But let me, you know what? Can I say one thing too?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've grown so much in just a month and a half of being there, because I was so intimidated. Like going in there, it's like I felt like a little, like a baby deer wobbling on its feet, and they're all just running out. They're just running and doing, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get up, and it was just because, of course, it's just all the experience, and so I'm coming in there that way, and I'm just like, okay, am I going to be able to like do this or like live up to this? Like I've gone so many years in school without even learning how to even adjust this way, or how to treat patients this way, or what to say in this situation. There's a completely different thing to say here, because we actually help with that. And so it was just such a big thing for me that like I had to get over myself yet again. And that was one of the reasons why I took the job, because I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I learned throughout all my time in life and being at the Shapiros, and even situations after that when I'm uncomfortable, or when it's like a situation that might be uncomfortable but is amazing, I need to do it, because there's more growth for me. And that's like a big thing for me in my life. It's like I want to grow. Mm-hmm. So I took it because I knew I would be challenged. I knew I'd be uncomfortable. I knew I would have to have hard conversations with patients and people. And I just knew all of that. And I was like, oh, do I want to do this? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And I got thrown to the fire week 1. Like they're like, boom, great, here we go. I'm just like, wait a second. But I feel like I've caught up, and I just feel like I've become a different person, because it's almost like I know that we can help you so much that there's nothing that you can say to me that's.
You're like, yeah. Are you on? Well, then you're supposed to be here.
And you're exactly. Yeah. The conversations I've had, like we've even talked about a lot of that stuff before too. Like you have always been like that person to me. I'm like, dang, I want to be like that. Like you would say stuff to people, and I'm like, I just would never say that. And now I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to say, I don't care. It's the truth. I'm going to say it. And now people are like, okay, all right. And then they're just doing it. They're like, okay, you know what? Yeah.
It's that conviction, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
So different.
Yeah. I learned that from Dr. Fogel and Fred both. But I mean, like, I got to say, I mean, Dr. Fred says things to people and you're like, what? How?
Yes.
You're like, wait. But then everybody like, they'll start to cry, or they're like, how do you understand me? And you're like, what the hell?
Yes. Yes. People are every time. It's like, they're all crying with me.
Yeah. And then Dr. Fogel, he's just a wild card.
I know.
Stuff. I'd be like, how do you do that?
Yeah, because I know, no, I'd be getting like sued or something. Like, there's no way. I don't know how he does it, and he does it every time.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why people keep coming back, because he's real.
Yeah.
Well,
and he doesn't care about being liked. He really doesn't.
That?
He doesn't care about being liked.
Yeah, and then he just is. Like, I mean, that's the line, right? He knows what's gonna happen. He knows once you get past that, like. Once you get past that anger of letting like the patient, or me as a patient, like he's been real with me plenty of times, and that's why he's my doctor, because he's just like, yo, this is how you are, this is what's happening, so this is what's gonna happen next, or else you're gonna fucking die,
essentially.
Yeah, I know, literally. It's like,
oh my gosh, he went over my labs, and I was like I was crying. Jordan was there. I'd never done that. I was like, oh my goodness. But he wasn't even being mean. It was just like his presence and the seriousness of it. And I was like, he's so right. And what do I have to do? And I did everything. I'm still doing everything that I need to do. Like I haven't wavered. So
I know, right? I know he told me I had my an adrenal test done because this last year there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening all at once. So I've just been
Yes.
dialed in and pushing.
Yes.
And we tested my
You go
adrenals.
real hard.
He said, yeah, he was like, I've literally never seen anybody with as little adrenal function as you. I won the award for no adrenal function.
Good job.
Crazy, which is crazy because that guy sees a lot of like nearly dead people. So
Yeah. I mean, essentially.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, it was funny because he works with Dr. Bouquet, who's a medical doctor, but holistic. And Dr. Fogel's all amped up like me, which is cool. So he's like, let's just like give him all these supplements and some peptides and like get him right back. And then Dr. Bouquet's like, you can't do that with Dalton because he's just too amped up. You can't give him any energy. He has to just he has to naturally create it. So then the prescription for me was 9 hours of sleep a night, which was like, nearly double what I was doing.
You literally, I don't think you've ever, every time I would talk to you, it's like, yeah, a few hours, but I'm good. And you're like, I'm ready to go. Like, okay.
Yeah, true.
Every time.
Right, that's the thing, right? Hey, but then he's like, dude, if you don't sleep, you're gonna end up with what's it, Cushing's, I think.
Yeah.
So hey, if you don't go to sleep, you're gonna have a disease that's gonna change your life. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I sleep now.
Yeah. Have you been sleeping?
I slept 10 hours last night. Thank you.
No, you did not.
I did.
There's no way.
It's because of that little cutie over there.
Oh. Oh, good.
Well, and I'll die if I don't. So there you go.
I know. That's motivation. I mean, slight, but
Yeah, slight.
It's a little motivation. We're gonna. Yeah, pretty much.
I've been sleeping better. I've been sleeping. I use the Whoop, so I track my sleep. I get a little bit more like. I've been going from like the mid 5s to now I'm getting closer to 7 hours of sleep average. So that's significant.
That is significant for you. Yeah. It is, and you're in school.
And I'm in school. And I've been running a business, and we've been.
So I don't know how you're doing that.
Got to figure it all out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's it. But I wanted to ask you about what was the transition like? Because you mentioned it earlier about coming from school into Dr. Fogel's practice, and just like I know that we have 4 people watching. I know you guys have been sticking around for a long time, so I appreciate you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been on here for like the whole time. So I don't know who y'all are, but if you throw a what's up in the chat or a little love heart,
that'd be so cool.
I just want to give you a shout out. You know what I'm saying? We got some peeps on Friday morning listening to changing the world with chiropractic. But we have students that watch this for sure once we put it on YouTube or whatever. So. Could you just describe for students who are coming out of school? I mean, thankfully you had like a world-renowned experience before, but as you know, there's like, that is not a majority situation.
It is not.
So, what advice would you give to people like that are coming out from they're like quarter 10, 11, 12, 13, and like, they're in their peak, like what has been the ramp up? Like, how did you prepare to find Dr. Fogel? And then what was it like on like your first day of like, I'm Dr. Jasmine?
Okay. Yeah. A few things is the really cool thing. I see it's kind of hard a little bit for me because I already went into school knowing exactly what kind of chiropractor I wanted to be. Sure. So most people, and I think you have the same experience. So most people, they're like, I don't know what technique I want to practice. I don't know what I want to do. So I think find what you want to do. I think everybody should be a CBP chiropractor. That's what I think, because that's just
the baseline. At least
that's all. That's if you did one thing, that's what you should do. It's a life-changing. And there, of course, don't get me wrong. I know, like even people who do other things and they adjust. I'd rather an adjustment than anything else, But when you can actually change, it's almost like braces. Like you could actually change someone's smile and give them a whole new life just because you make them more confident. When you can change their spinal structure and give them a whole new brand new functioning nervous system that actually functions at its optimal level, then they change their life. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So that's the start. So I knew what I wanted. So find out when you're in school what you want to do, but also when you're going through, be serious.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like honestly, you gotta have to have some level of seriousness going through, because if you don't, then, you're not going to make it. But
Yeah.
when you do, like, be really intentional about what you do, and know what your beliefs are about health, and then use that to help you determine what kind of doctor you want to peak with. Your peak experience is going to be really big on how you're going to be when you're graduating school,
Mhm.
because I've gotten messages from so many people asking me, Jasmine, what's your peak experience like? I don't really like mine. I just feel like I'm a glorified CA. I just feel like they just don't, they feel like they're not actually able to be, and be able, they're not confident afterward to step into the role. I was confident, like, of course, still like a little deer confident, but I'm still taking the steps, but I was confident that, like, when I became a doctor, I would know at least the bare minimum of how to help, or what to do, how to do the x-rays, how to analyze them, how to go over them with patients, how to a great way to adjust them in order to get them going, getting better, how to make a basic protocol. Like, I felt like I could do all those things. And then, some basic things like, hey, and at least recommend lab work for them to go to another doc to get functional medicine if I wasn't doing that. So that, like, I knew where I would go. And okay, if this situation happened because of the kind of patients we got, this is what we would do, because I got to see it a billion times, like
Right.
every single week. So that really, really changed my confidence from when I was even just like interning at school and being like, chiropractic intern, we were an outpatient and getting our own patients, to, okay, going to an office and seeing the real world
Mhm.
and what it's like. I would say, I know a lot of people, even if they don't want to practice at a higher volume, you might want to intern at a higher volume because you see more. You just see more things, and you get used to, like, hustle and bustle,
Right.
and you get used to kind of managing, okay, oh, how do okay, I gotta do this and this at the same time, so, but I really liked that. I liked that he saw a lot of patients in a day, because I saw a lot of things in a day. I learned way more every day. I learned something new. So that was that. I think that's what I've got as far as what to do. Choose the right experience and, like, interview the docs, I
Yeah.
ask them what you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Because and if it's not that, then you need to have another doc in the background and go somewhere else, because that's going to help you feel more confident, I would say.
Yeah. I think that that's a good piece of advice. I like that you said that, having a high volume,
Yeah.
going to a higher volume practice than maybe even know that you could be capable of right away, just because
Right.
you're going to see, like, I'm thinking right now, like, as you said earlier, you're seeing all these cases in a high volume practice, also at a very, like, high level practice, where you're like, whoa,
Exactly.
okay, this is how we handle all these, like, one-off situations, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. And then that's cool. That's a good piece of advice. I mean, there's so many chiropractors out there who are looking for interns.
Yeah.
We are in a uh, we're in a time where a lot of the baby boomers are now transitioning out of their workforce into their retirement.
Yes.
So I know I've been doing some podcasts with people. I've got a bunch lined up, and just have been in this business space where uh, this is the best opportunity for students coming out of school to come into a practice that's already established, to meet doctors in the area. Like, it takes a little bit of navigation and just being able to figure out who's doing what and where.
Yeah.
But just as a general statement, this is one of the best times to be able to acquire a business that already has maybe adjusting tables or equipment, and just people who
Oh,
are totally just like, I'm ready to be transitioned to the next part of my life. I want to spend time with my grandkids. And if you guys are looking, students or young chiropractors, if you guys are what an associate doctor and you're looking to get your own practice, like you can reach out to us and we can help you find a practice that you could buy for, and we can
Well,
help you do great
I was
price.
gonna, yeah, like so at first I thought, and I think you knew this too, I thought, okay, I'm gonna go straight from school and then opening my own practice. And then I was like, actually, no, I think I want to work for a few years, get a bit more, experience, and then open my own practice. But while during that process, I was looking at websites, and I'm sure you know a lot more people and have a better network than websites. But I was seeing people selling their business like with exactly what you were saying for like $150,000 with already 200 pay. Like, I don't know. And I was like, what? Like with the office, it's crazy. I mean, people are trying to get out, like you said.
Yeah, and there's ways that we can, I'm plugging myself right now a little bit because I'm a business coach with those of you guys that know who he is. But here's the deal. You guys have an opportunity to really go, okay, we find this business. You can really help support that doctor on their way out and negotiate a way where you're not having to even put 100% down. If you go, hey, I want to buy this $1 million practice, you could be like, hey, I'll put 10% of that down. You can get it, figure out how to get a loan and then just pay them monthly for the next 5 years to get that to where it's like, seller financed. And there are ways to creatively write these deals up where you guys aren't putting out so much money. And like even if that $150,000 example, you're like, hey, if you can get 15 grand, if you can't figure out how to get 15 grand, definitely call me, because you could do that in
you can do a lot.
You could do that in an afternoon.
He is the resource king. Like he will figure it out. Trust me.
Yeah. So if you guys are ready to get, you guys want to buy a practice in an area, you're like, hey, I'll help you write that deal up. But so cool. And this is what you're saying. Like, there comes a point where you're like, you know what? I want to be in this high volume practice. I want to learn from Dr. Fogel and Dr. Brian. Like, the cool part about that practice is that, or their practice up and coming, is that they have so many aspects of health that you can learn there. Yes. Where, not every chiropractor is really doing that. So
I think I can also say too, and this is how I feel, and this is why I want to be the best version of myself, but they practice what they preach.
Absolutely.
You're not going to see them eating crappy food. No. They both do high intensity, like they are great at jujitsu. Dr. Kyle, he's a black belt in jujitsu, about to be a black belt in judo, if not already. You can, people listen to them, I feel like, because they look like they have the life that they're looking for. And they act that way, and they have so much knowledge about everything. So I was like, you know what? I need to, let me step my game up and increase my standards of how I'm going to be when I'm a doctor. So that was one big thing. And I think that that's such an amazing thing.
Yeah. Totally. All right. So then as you are going into, let's talk about your functional medicine, because that's important for you. Like what has been the difference of what you learned about functional medicine in school, in the club, versus like what you're learning now? And then from there, like, how are you seeing people heal comparatively from your time at Dr. Shapiro's office? Not saying that they weren't doing any functional medicine there. I don't really know, but
they did some things, but not functional medicine. Yeah,
for sure. So like, do you notice a difference in, what do you notice as different, either in the patient culture, in how fast they heal or how slow they heal, whatever you're noticing? What is the difference?
The difference is they heal much faster. The difference is they change faster. Like, it's almost like, and it's almost like they're actually given an answer to their problems. So the thing is that people come to us after they've already gone everywhere else. That's the thing. They've already gone to their GI, internist, the neurologist. They've gone to everybody, and we're last. They've already gotten surgery. They've already said, "Oh, I already did this thing," and they said it was supposed to help my hormones, and it never did. And I've been on this medication. It's the same thing, or whatever it is. And so, and Dr. Kyle will say, number one, you want to have a great, healthy spine for functional medicine to be at its optimal. And
Right.
he always says that. But then a lot of patients do both at the same time, and it's like insane.
Crazy, right?
Like, it's when they do both at the same time, they heal in a completely different way. Like I've never seen it. I've
Right.
never seen it.
Like
And
it's like magic.
it's like magic.
It's like they shed 10 years also. Like at the end of 3 months, you're like, you walk in and you're like, you remember what they looked like on day one. You're like,
this is
old AF. Yeah, you actually look good, right?
Stop.
Well, it's true. I mean, they start coming into the practice wearing different clothes. Like they come in, like they're all like
they lose so much weight.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing for a lot of people with them feeling good. Like, some people have more, like they, in such a short amount of time, I was like, wow, I didn't even know this was possible. But they do it, they follow everything. They do exactly what they say. And then me, I would say too, I have my own experience, like, with functional medicine from starting in January to now. Like school completely wrecked my whole everything. And I had no idea. I had no idea. I knew some things were changing. Like I was gaining so much more weight in school. I was like, I've never done this before. What is going on?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm eating healthy. I'm doing this. I'm working out 5 days a week and nothing is changing. I'm doing chiropractic. I'm like, what is going on? So me, myself, I have my own story.
What do you think it was? Just stress, like straight up?
Yes. So, and I think you were there when I just did the baby test, but like not baby test, but one test about my cortisol levels and how they were literally high and low at the complete opposite times of day.
Right.
But I felt like, how do I change this? School is so like, and I was going through the trenches at that point, like the real deep trenches of school. Yeah. And it's just, you're constantly stressed. And there were other things. I really wish I would have gone to him before to know how I could help get through it, because I know I could have gone through school a better way. I know I could have. I know, like, I had to do the adrenal stress reset. And literally after that, I actually finally started sleeping like 7 hours a night, 7 to 8 hours. Like it was after 2 weeks of doing that. And so that had changed.
Can you tell us what that is, just so we know?
Yeah, it's to completely reset all of your like cortisol, all of those things, your stress hormones, your adrenal. Like it's so amazing. It was 3 supplements. It was it's Ganoderma, you get with Nutridyne, it's melatonin, and it was L-theanine.
Right.
And the liquid version of those. Yeah. So that's what I did. And I mean, it was, it went against, what you thought, because I'm thinking, he says you have to take all 3 every hour. I'm like, what? Melatonin every hour? I'm going to fall asleep in the middle of like my internship. Like, why would I do that? Yeah. But no, I did not, because my body was so stressed
out. You needed it. Yeah.
It literally like, please give it to me.
Yeah.
So that was super cool. Just even seeing that. I made some dietary changes. I was doing mostly what I was supposed to do. Like I'd stopped eating out. I ate everything home, grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised, all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I only restricted myself then to, maybe like sweet potatoes, regenerative jasmine rice, and a lot of meat, And so that's what I was doing. And I was taking, so many supplements that I had to take, but it's doable. And I did that. And I lost 25 pounds. I went to the gym, but I haven't gone for the past couple of weeks because it's been so, not just because it's been so busy, but there's been other things going on that I've been out of town, all these other things. Yeah. And I still probably I actually couldn't have. I've had a lot of things. I'm planning for my wedding. So I'm like, but I need to put my health first now that I'm back, and I wasn't feeling so well a week. But anyway, all that aside, I haven't like just gained it all back. And I was like so scared, like, I got to go to the gym. No, it's not the gym that's keeping these changes. It's my body's composition that's changed, that's keeping these changes internally because of all the things that I've been doing. So that has been amazing. And I finally like starting to feel like how I used to feel before I went to school again. Like I haven't felt this way in so long, like I remember my first quarter, and we were doing like, that's back when they were doing what, 27 credits in the first quarter, 26.5, I think, first quarter. So, I mean, I'm up from the very first week, 2 a.m., making sure I do all my things, studying, doing all the things, going to class at 7, like the next day, so it started off since then. And I had nothing to protect me. I had nothing built to protect me from it, because when you all that stress, it will change a lot of things. And I had other things too I had to look at as well. It wasn't just the stress things. It was insulin resistance that happened. It was, which is due to stress and due to a lot of things. Everything is connected, and thyroid issues and all these things. So
and looking down so much at the computer and just studying, like
that was also, I told you too, when I started interning too, I was like, I hope maybe he can look at me, because I started getting my migraines back. I hadn't been taking the time to do my home care like I should have. And within 3 months, I went from a perfect spine, literally like
on the green line, baby,
to forward. Like I can't do it. Like if this is the green line, I was like here. And I'm like, how did this happen in 3 months? So imagine people are like, how did I get this way? But they live their whole life sitting down at a desk, doing IT. We get so many IT people. Or, like just people sit a lot all day. So imagine doing that and having nothing to help with that. And then all my symptoms started returning. I was like, oh my gosh. So
Dr.
Kyle,
I want to explain the green line for those of you that don't know. Your posture ray, you don't have to do CBP, but posture ray is an X-ray imaging like processing program where you take the X-rays. You could do like a lateral cervical, where you see the curve in your neck, and you can stitch it together and see your thoracic spine. And there's a green line, which is what your neck curve should be. And then a red line represents where your neck curve is at right now. So the green line should be this beautiful arch lordotic curve. And then the red line sometimes is straight up. So you see like, this is what it should be. And then like the red line is like, me.
Yeah.
But then what happens as we're looking down, we take this curve and we start to straighten it out, and this is what happens. That's
exactly what happened to me.
All kinds of crazy things happening from that point on.
Yeah.
So that's it. The green line spine. That's like
green line spine. I have that now again.
Spine. Yeah. I was thinking
green line spine.
Green line spine, baby.
But and it's been. I know you asked too about like my first day of being a doctor. It was so cool, like being actually not just graduating, but being like, when you graduate, like you're a doctor, but like you're not licensed. But when I got licensed, and it was like, it was almost like, all right, now I'm like,
get it in the mail.
No, I don't know. Did I haven't checked my mail in like
You're like, I'm too busy to check the mail. I got a person for that.
Yeah, I actually should check my mail. But I did get it. I got it like the virtual one, like you go on the website and you can like print out your little card and stuff. So I got that, and I was like, they're like, great, you're about to adjust now. Here you go. I'm like, oh my goodness. And it's like, it was so cool. And it was also just like, okay, I almost felt like this is real. It was real before, but it's like really real. And now patients are just, I want to do my best is what it was. It was like, I really want to make sure I'm doing my best and learning all I can and continuing. I just don't ever want to become stagnant, because there's always something new going on in the world of health. And I want to be on top of that. Patients are going to be coming to me from all walks of life, from all different areas. And I want to kind of know and be abreast on all of what I can do to help with those things. And I feel like the docs at our clinic, like Dr. Kyle, Dr. Brian, they do such a great job of retaining knowledge and being ahead of the time. And I'm just like, I want to be like that too.
Yeah.
So that's how I was feeling like my first day. Still very intimidated. But because, these docs, they have 30 years and 7 years on me, so
Yeah.
it's just going to be different. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
But, but it's still, I had to go, like, I'm still going to be just as powerful. Like, I'm still going
Yeah.
to be like what I do and the adjustments I give and the people I help and the advice I give is going to be just as great because I've learned everything from school and I've learned a lot from them. And I know I have more to learn. So
you
just
also bring
believing that.
like incredible energy though too. So like
Yeah.
you're a super asset to them, because
Oh, yeah.
they're both hardcore dudes, and so
Oh,
you bring very
and
loving, feminine energy, but you're just
yeah.
all smiles. When you walk in, it's like happiness.
You know what I've noticed too? So I noticed that too. Like they're just like, dude, dun 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 dun. I'm like, okay, guys, but they'll loosen up sometimes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like I've noticed like such a big change. I hope he's not watching, but like Dr. Brian, he jokes like, I'll be in there, and it's because I'm just like, do. We'll like just joke a lot more during work. We're serious with patients, but like we'll have more fun. Like, I'm like, guys, let's have fun. They're like so serious. And like, let's have fun with everything that we do. I have so much like patients. They're like, they say things to me like literally every day about my energy or how, I seem so happy to be there. And like, they love coming here and being in the environment and the energy of the team. I'm not saying it's all because of me. I'm just saying like, we
you're
just
massive part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Thanks.
Totally. I mean, hey, not to say that Dr. Fogel and Dr. B don't bring energy too, because they absolutely.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but like when you have three or, Dr. A is just a little floating little bee too. She comes in.
Yeah, she's like, she's so cute.
Yeah. So when you have a bunch of people in the practice that are all showing up like that, that's why people keep showing up. I mean, this is the whole thing, guys. I was having a podcast with Dr. Randy Kale. We just brought it out a couple days ago or yesterday, whatever it was. But we were talking about, I was talking about the placebo effect.
Yeah.
Or no, was it with Dr. Randy Kale? No, I'm sorry. We had some chiropractic students over the other day, and we were having a conversation about like, how do you communicate with patients, a way of healing? Like the question was, let me pull it up on my phone. I got it right here.
Okay. I'm interested. I can't wait.
Yeah, let's see. What? Chiropractic seminar. Okay. How do I create the most amount of ease in the nervous system before and after the adjustment? Physical, emotional, communication. Where do I go with resistance versus ease? And how do adjustments hold? Subluxations versus compensations. Is there one adjustment that's most impactful or whatever? So we had students here at the house, and I was just telling them that the medical industry uses the placebo effect as like the standard of if this medication works or not.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing to me is that nobody thinks about that. We talk, it's the placebo, but nobody's really giving the credibility. The medical industry is like, is this more powerful than our own belief?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give you something that does nothing to your physiology. I'm going to tell you that it does, and we're going to test your brain versus this medicine. It's crazy because this is the whole irony of the situation. The medical industry knows, and like one of the highest standards of efficacy of a medicine is, can you beat someone's mind? Can you beat the belief that they're changing?
Mm-hmm.
So my answer to this question to the students is the communication is the answer to how fast do they heal? How well are they retaining the adjustment? It's like the psychology of what they believe is happening to them or with them, for them, whatever we describe it as. Like, as soon as the patient walks through the door, you know this because you've trained so many teams all over the United States on how do you talk on the phone, like having a smile, even though they can't see it, but smiling on the phone and having that energy and being like, hey, it's a great day at Chiropractic Specialties. How can I help you? So this aspect of what are we teaching our patients to believe is happening to them? And it's not believe like there's this magic and it's not really happening, because it is happening. But what are we telling them like is happening for their life? Like you did a great job at the beginning of this describing your mom. Like it changed her life. It's not about like, well, she should have the green line curve. It's like, no, the green line curve represents your mom getting out into the world. That green line means she can go on a road trip. That green line means that she has healthier skin. She doesn't have migraines.
Go to the gym, lift weights.
Exactly. So this is the thing, like a patient and people, let's just say people will heal faster if they understand the story that goes along, that's relative to their life. This is what Dr. Fred does such a great job of teaching all of us, is going, hey, this means that you spend more time with your grandchildren. Like you're coming here because you want to see your grandchildren be healthy. And like you and your mother, like you didn't want to live your mom's life before she started chiropractic. Right. So that means for our patients, like the reason you're coming here is to change generational health for yourself, everybody above that's still alive, and everybody below that they're not born yet. Exactly. Like that's how their adjustments are going to heal their adjustments will hold for longer. Their ability to heal will be faster. Plus you do the nervous system, like you're actually changing their nervous system. And then like Dr. Fogel's, you're handling their nutrition. Like, and then they're inspired to look in the mirror and they're like, you know what? I think I can go to the gym today. And then they start looking sexy.
That's literally what happens. All this
energy. Oh my God. And this is the thing where like the answer to how do you communicate with somebody or how do adjustments hold when somebody is stressed? It's like, hey, we have to talk with people and like be a human being. As Dr. Fred says, you got to drop the doctor title.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, and I think that is a big thing too that can get in your way. Like you can think I'm supposed to just say, I'm the doctor and I have to no. You're a person who's walked through life and had a human experience. And in front of you is another person who is walking through life and has had human experience. And there are many ways that you can align with them. And I think that's a really big thing. And when you put yourself, like you're aligning and you're putting yourselves into their situation, it's like, oh, this is how they must be feeling. And then you tell them that. And it's like, they're like, oh my gosh, yes. Like somebody understands me. You know how many times when we're doing new patients, it's just like, nobody has explained this to me. Nobody has touched me or even asked me these questions. No, like, it's just like, wow, how do you know? You know? And it's always that experience. And it's like, because this is what we see all the time, but not even just that. It's because everybody is new. You can't treat people like the person that came in before them. Everybody has their own story, and you have to really find out what it is. Find out their life history, their story that they've lived with. Figure out, okay, what would I be thinking if this were me? And then letting them know that and letting them know that you understand. And then giving them hope is the big thing after as well. Right? And so I think that's what makes us different here, because it's like, you know, a lot of what we do is just communication. A lot of it. We can do all the CBP cool move spine stuff. That's like, we know that we know we can do that. It's who is this person and why are they in front of me? And what is it that they're looking for? You know, and that's what I got to figure out. It's not, I got to figure out how to fix their spine. I know I can do that. I got to figure out who this person is and why they would want, like, what would make them decide to want to take charge of their health, like to take the next step, to break generational curses. Exactly like you were saying, people are coming in and then they're bringing in their whole family. And then they're like, we live different now because of here, because we decided, like, they all live different. So but you're 100% right. They're thinking that it's like maybe another technique that they can do, and it's like, no, it's your communication with them. It's what you are seeing when you look at them and how you're talking with them. That's it.
Yeah. I really, I always bring Chris Zano up because, you know, that guy, you know, he was seeing 2,000 a week, which is know, you know, the way that he got there was by not allowing people to sign up unless they brought their whole family.
Yeah.
Like he like literally somebody, you know, maybe a father would come in and, you know, have all these issues, and, you know, the father would write him a check and would get handed to him, and then he would say, well, you know, Dr. Zeno would give the check back and be like, you can't be here unless you bring your whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And literally would turn people away. Or like, I literally won't see you unless you bring your whole
Unless you
family.
do that.
That's it. Yeah. And so you'd hand the check back. I mean, that is conviction.
That's like the highest
That's how you
level.
build a practice. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
people, this is where it's like, you know, Dr. Zeno, we did a podcast with him. He was saying, like, the reason why he did that was because he had a goal of seeing so many people a week and making a big impact. And seeing a family is like such an incredible reason to do that, you know? So we have this this massive purpose. Like, if we all had that standard, or more of us had that standard, I mean, 90% of the United States is not under chiropractic care right now.
I know.
What an opportunity. This is a massive opportunity. I mean, you guys, we're coming into this aspect of chiropractic, and there's everybody who has a spine should have chiropractic.
Yeah.
So this is like the pinnacle and the change of the world. And this is what we represent. This podcast represents, is this bridge to flipping that and being like, well, 10% of the world doesn't see chiropractic. But, you know, what would it be like? Like, what would
if
the
90% of the world did?
Yeah. What would, if we're already creating, you know, I was thinking, like, with my adrenal glands, this is the most I've done in my life. And if I'm doing the most I've done with like zero biological energy, like, imagine what'll happen if I got to even 50%, you know?
Yeah.
So this is the whole thing of the world. Like, imagine what we would be able to create. All these issues that people see with politically or in their religious faiths, or like, you know, with people who are having things happen to them, or whatever, you know, all the terrible things that everybody wants to fix. Like, imagine if you had like 5 to 10 times the amount of energy that you had and 90% of us did. Like, imagine the level of relationships that heal. Like,
oh my goodness.
Imagine, like, you know, the relationships with your kids or your spouse, like, could be way better. Maybe if you had a healthy spine, this world would want to have more babies.
Yeah.
Have more children. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a lot that go. I mean, it's unimaginable, because like we talked about, like the change that people make, but it's so much deeper. Like, exactly what you're talking about. People's relationships change. Imagine this. I even look at, you know, think of maybe my dad, right? Imagine you're active, high energy, all these things, you want to do this, and then you have a spouse who can't.
Right.
How do you think your relationship would change if that spouse changed?
Right.
And actually got healthy.
Well, and just like, maybe emotion, you know, like that your dad has felt, because he's a spiritual leader of your guys' house. So he's probably not letting into the fact that it felt sad to see, you know, the woman that he loves, he understands her potential, and to feel like he's doing everything in his power to make a change. And it took a while to figure out what it was. And thankfully you were that.
Had to grow up.
Yeah. And then now, you know, and this is the whole thing where, like, imagine, how old are your parents?
Oh my goodness. Okay. My dad is 66.
Yeah.
My mom is 62.
Okay. So exactly my point. It's not too late. This is the whole thing where it's like, there isn't, you know, hey, there are some times when people have terrible accidents, or they've just lived a life without chiropractic. And there are situations where there are limitations of matter, but every person can benefit from chiropractic.
There's something we can do.
Yeah, there's something we can do somewhere. I don't think that I've ever heard of a situation where there was nothing that could be done. Yeah. You know? So like there are people that you see. When I was a kid, I had whiplash from diving, like springboard diving into a pool.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go, I went to this practice in Las Vegas with Dr. Joshua Purcell. And this woman came, she was in her 90s. She was probably like 93 or 94. She was in a wheelchair. She came in and she started doing chiropractic. Like she could barely get out of the car into the wheelchair. And after 2 years, she got her driver's license back at 95, walking it. She went, so the practice had all these rafters and they like mounted the wheelchair, then they mounted a walker, then they mounted a cane, and then now they put, like a car up there, like a little her little car, like a little version of it, put her in it, driving all fast because, she literally regained all of this cognitive function. She started, her children like now didn't have to take care of her in the same way. Like she became independent at 95. Like this is what I'm saying, guys. Like
that happens too. And now it's like, I mean, but you know what? It's such a, like I said, you see miracles every day, and it's almost like I'm almost expecting it now. Like not that I get used to it, but I see it all the time. People coming in on those things on canes, literally, or walkers, literally can barely move, to in a few months being able to, I'm starting to gym and I'm like, this is like I think, I don't know. It's just like it's the best thing. And it's the best thing to see hope restored and to see life restored. Like I think that's just like, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And if it can happen at any age, it can happen doesn't matter. You can be told that for life, you're going to have something. And then that changes after you come to the chiropractor. Like how,
Yeah, totally. And the cool thing is that, I'm trying to recall where I heard this from, but the point was miracles are only miracles when you don't expect it.
Yeah.
The opportunity we have with chiropractic is that we expect it. So it's like there's just nothing that is too crazy to know that if a human being walks into your practice, we can help them live a better life. Like there are many religious texts in many religions where these deities or prophets or whatever heal, and they're healing the blind. The first adjustment was helping a deaf person hear again. Like they're restoring faith in humanity through their hands. And this is the power that we have as people. And I believe that through time, our culture has really deviated from the power of our connection with each other. And,
so much.
The times when that was all we had, like there were medicine men and healers who just focused on energy. I mean, all these modalities, meaning all these extra tools that Dr. Fogel has in his practice, are sound and light.
Yes.
It's like
they are.
It really is fascinating. Like, let me put a laser beam, let me enlighten you. Right?
Yeah. Or red light.
Yeah, your red light there, you're putting light into people's body and it's healing them.
Yeah.
And you have these hydroacoustic waves where we're using sound to heal tissue and change the frequency of our body. Like this is energy work. Our bodies are electro, our brain and nervous system, and magnetic, our heart. It's all this frequency. And this is why when they come to your practice, people heal because of the energy that's inside of it. Everybody brings this happiness. Everybody brings this clarity. Everybody brings high energy. And you literally can't be in the practice without having have more breath. Just like vibrating. And this is what we're working to create in offices all over the United States. That's what this podcast is for, is to unite chiropractic. No matter what you're practicing, hey, not all chiropractic equates to the same outcome. And this is just the truth. There are certain aspects of chiropractic that work better for certain people. And not to say that anyone is better than the others, but if you're looking for a particular outcome, there are certain things that get to that outcome
that will get you there
more reliably and sustainably. Meaning, like,
yes,
if a patient leaves your practice because they move somewhere else and you're the best chiropractor in the area and they move somewhere where there isn't that person, for 5 or 10 years later, they're still functioning at that level when they left you. And there's other chiropractic practices where that's not the truth.
correct.
So right now, the point of all this is to bring everyone together to create the most awareness and unify our profession, bring together the public, and let them understand that we have something that is changing the world as we speak, and to jump on sooner than later so you don't have to suffer.
Yeah. That's like so great. I love that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I really do. It's just, and you know, that's the sad part, you know, when, not the sad part, but it's like the, you know, when patients come in and they've been suffering and they've had, like I said, they've literally had everything going. They've had the surgery, they've had the injections, they've had the pills, they've had the PT, and they're like, people don't understand like what kind of mental state that puts you in, you know. They got doctors telling them, oh, it's in their head now. You know, there's no way. We've done all the things that we can do. There's no way that you're still having this, you know? So that's
and it's
exactly
not because the doctors aren't wanting to help. So just to, like, I also,
that's what they have,
is uniting the medical system with
and
it's like, you know, some chiropractors are like, no, and I get it. Hey, I get it. But we would have better outcomes if everybody just understood the same thing.
Exactly.
I mean, there shouldn't be this shunning of medicine. Hey, I'm choosing holistic nearly 100% of the time. You know, emergency, you know, you can't adjust a gun wound.
You really can't. You really can't. You gotta please get out of the office. Go get to go.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing, like, that a medical doctor doesn't specialize in the nervous system.
Well, and you know,
they may not know.
They don't really learn. And I even talk to my friends I have friends who are medical doctors. They don't learn about chiropractic. They don't learn. They learn not to send. They learn to not send people to chiropractic. Some learn about chiropractic and they're like, okay, maybe I will send. Like, this is what, you know, we'll do. Some people, and a lot of them are willing to work with us. Like, I think that's another thing that chiropractors think. Medical doctors don't want to work with chiropractors because they think that we're, you know, less than, and it's like, you got to get out your own head. There are so many people and doctors who they're like, okay, you know, I've been having issues with this patient. If you think you can help me, please, like, let me, you know, I'll refer my patients to you. That's our job we got to let them know what we do and how we help. You know, we got to.
Don't forget the point of being a doctor is help.
Yeah.
People.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So that's how we do. And I think that's what I learned too with Dr. Kyle. He's just super good about getting out to the community and letting people know what he does. And then he starts working with the best of the best in the medical community, surgeons. Literally, not even just surgeons, just any doc. Like, he just works with all of them because they understand what he does. And then he shows them the results. And then they're like, okay, I want to send you another one. I want to send you another one. You know, and it's another one. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's just, again, we got to get out of our own minds. More people are willing to work with us than you think. And if they're not, they're not. And okay, we move on to the next one who is.
Yeah, find one. There's somebody that wants it.
There's so many great things that we can do together. You know, there's no us versus them. It's like, we can do these things together and really help people. Yeah. I really believe that. It's like we all came together, not even just all chiropractors, but chiropractors and the medical community as well. Like the doctor, everybody, and just came together and was like, how do we heal? Let's do it.
Yep.
It would be amazing. The world would change. It really would.
Yeah, it's true. Significant impacts, you know?
Yeah.
And hey, you know, this, not this weekend, but the weekend after, Dr. Fred DiDomenico is here teaching about communication in Atlanta. So,
he is. I'll be there.
You'll be there.
Are you going to be there?
Of course.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
You're doing all your own things too now. So like you could be hosting a seminar. I don't know.
No, well, we will be soon, but
Right.
yeah, there's lots of stuff going on, and I think that I will be doing that.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of things going, like a couple more courses that we're creating. You know, we're getting our social media team together. We've got a couple of people that we're working with to help develop their business. So that's what we're breaking into is more of the dollars, cents, tracking numbers,
Yeah.
getting people connected. Like there's a lot of really cool.
And hey, you're already doing stuff like meeting with students. Like, could you imagine if like you could just get a huge club and the students, you just meet with a bunch of students and just help them, like getting them connected with people. I think that's such a great thing too.
That's it. Well, this is what I'm doing. I'm connecting all these doctors from all over and all different walks of life, you know, to get to the students. I mean, it's just, we have a massive opportunity, and no one's going to connect everybody better than I will. I know that for sure. So that's going to be my claim and stake in chiropractic.
Oh yeah.
I'll be just the guy who can connect everyone with everyone. That's what I
Your phone's gonna be going off all day. You're never gonna sleep.
It's true. Well, yeah, I like it. We'll have a team of people to figure it out.
To help with that.
Yeah. We'll have rooms, we'll have stadiums. We're going to fill a stadium of people for chiropractic seminar. It's going to happen.
Oh, I cannot wait.
That's what my goal was, you know, like but like I've talked about it. Like, how cool would it be to see 10,000 people the first day of chiropractic? Like the first day I get my license, like what would it be to get everyone together? We figure out like, all right, we're going to rent a stadium. It really won't be like I don't know if it'll be a really profitable thing to do, but just do it. Be like, okay,
just to do it.
10,000 people adjusted on this day. Like we go to these cities and have these like massive screenings for an entire group of people. We got cities, we got vendors, we got people like local health food people, we got local gyms, we got local chiropractors, we got schools, we got people who are we maybe got homeless people, we got freaking everybody. And then we got a bunch of officers there just to be able to direct traffic. But we're doing it. We have this stadium full of people, and then like the first day I have my license, we go through 10,000 people in one day.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be sick. And then you probably need, you know, you could get a group of chiropractors. Let's see, what's 10,000 divided by 200? You think you could adjust 200 people in one day, or 100? Yeah, I think you could adjust 200 people in one day. You just like you're up for it. You got to train for it.
Just do it.
You're like, all right, I'm just doing
honestly don't even. And I think honestly too, when you just go into the zone, right? When you are, you're not even thinking about how, you know. So
yeah, because I mean, you can get students out there to do the screening.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
You can teach students screening. If you had, you know, a couple hundred students, then that would mean that each student would need to screen 50 people. Mm-hmm. If you did it for 10 hours, it's only 5 people an hour. So then, you know, that's like what's 60 divided by 5? That's what? 12 minutes. All right. So each person gets a 10-minute screening, basically, and then you account for some time in between. Yeah. And then you got 50 chiropractors adjusting 200 people each. I'm sure that if something like that, you could probably get 100 chiropractors to do it. You know what I mean? There'd be a lot of people, man. And then that would be easy. I mean, you just have that goal and we go, okay, we could do this at Mercedes Stadium or somewhere, or at the Battery. That'd probably be a better location than the chiropractic school. It's right in the middle of the city. And you just get everybody there for a freaking chiropractic day. Let me know when. Yeah. That'd be sick, right? Well, we got 3 chiropractors for sure. Everybody
3. 4. Jordan will come.
Yeah. Okay. 5. There we go. We got 5.
That's 5.
There you go.
Well, we just need 25 more or more than that.
That's not even a lot. We already got it. I already know. We could get Dr. Curtis. We could get Dr. Lightstone. I mean, there's plenty. There's plenty. Yeah. So that'd be sick.
That sounds so cool, though. I want to do it.
Got to figure it out. I guess you got to call it. Got to talk.
Imagine the news coverage. Like, What?
I know.
You know?
I think I'm gonna put that into my AI and figure
Did you
out like
just come
what
up
are
with
the
that right
steps.
now?
Like I go, okay, if I'm gonna set the date right now and then hype it up for the next 2 years, that'd be awesome. And then just invite people, and then who knows, maybe it'll even grow bigger.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I'm down.
We're gonna do it.
Let's do it.
Yep. Sick.
We're gonna make the big that's like gonna be such a huge thing. Oh my gosh. Just even
I know.
thinking about it.
I
It's gonna
know.
be
And
the
then we'll
biggest
just
impact.
we'll invite all the schools out. All like, we'll do it on like a school break, so everybody could be like, wow, I got to go to this thing. And maybe
Yeah.
one day, like maybe we could have like Friday, Saturday be like just a seminar day somewhere, and then Sunday is just like this massive day of like, all right, we just hyped you up for 2 straight days. Let's get it.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
that'd be so
Yeah.
cool.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Dalton, we gotta get there. We
Yeah.
gotta do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it now. I mean,
That's it now. Now we have to
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, exactly. So that's cool. All right. I'm going to start putting it on my vision board.
Okay.
Relating it all.
Well, just make sure I'll be there.
Yeah,
Part
I
of the
got you.
vision. Okay.
All right. So then, as you are, like, what are your visions for yourself in chiropractic, in your personal life? Like, I'm working right now on trying to figure out, well, not trying to figure out, I'm putting together a goals and targets system.
Mhm.
But in the spirit of that, what are like the goals you have? Like a goal for your relationship with Jordan, maybe your family goals, like what do you want to do financially? Like, do you want to live somewhere in particular? What do you want to do recreationally? Like, what are your goals in chiropractic? Like, what do you see for goals in spirituality and faith? Like,
Oh man, there's so
let
much.
us in a little bit. Let us in a little bit.
Ugh, I don't like letting. I'm just kidding. Let's see. So spiritually, let's say I'm very strong faith. And I want to be just a huge impact in that. Because I do go to church, I'm a Christian, and so I just love to serve people in that way too. Like I do a lot with serving and stuff like that, and I just want to do something big. I don't know yet. I feel like I'm called to do something bigger, and help serve even more people. And chiropractic might go with that. You just never know. I've done chiropractic mission trips. I went to Kenya, did that, and I just don't. I don't know. But I know that I'm called to do something big in that realm.
Spiritual realm.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
And let's see, relationship wise. Oh, I haven't sent out the invite yet, but Jordan and I are gonna get married.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to get married. We've been together since second quarter, the end of second quarter of school. So actually tomorrow is our 3-year anniversary.
Yeah, amazing.
And, yeah, and we're getting married in August on the 29th. So block your calendar. It's a Saturday if you can make it.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm putting it in my calendar right now.
Because I'm gonna send it. We have to take pictures and all that stuff. Anyway,
Okay. No
there's
worries.
that. Let's see. What else? So that's a big thing. Our relationship has grown so much. It's grown a lot we've grown a lot spiritually separately, and then that I think this has allowed us to grow together a lot more. So I don't know, I just see even more things. Like we're so great at communication. We're so great at thinking of each other first. I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not gonna lie. I can be selfish. I like things how I like it. I really, really do. I like things how I like it. So it's like it's a little hard sometimes, but
You're just certain. You're clear.
Huh?
You're clear on what you want.
There we go. That's what it is. It can make me selfish.
I know what I like when I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's that, but we've grown so much, and I'm just really excited about this next step. We're we got engaged in February, we're getting married in August. And even one of my maid of honor, she was like, are you guys like, just like, is there a reason why you're rushing? I'm like, I think rushing would be like a week, not 6 months, but like, it's not even rushing. I'm ready. There's certain things I want when I get married. So I'm giving myself this time so I can have all the things. I want the dress. I want I want the decorations. I want my father to walk me down the aisle, but I'm just ready. There's nowhere else. It's just like, I know there's going to be like such another big step for us, like another area of like, okay, now we're growing even more. We've already grown so much, and I'm ready for that part. So, and I think that's what people are understanding. There's no other reason, but we're ready. And so, I just can't wait for that. Let's say, I'll do financially last, maybe. Chiropractic.
Can we put a bookmark on this? I want to say, I just want you to tell the story of you met Jordan like the next day, but when we had a conversation about goals and intentions.
We did. That? Yes. So I was doing it's Healed. It's with Dr. Fred and Dalton and PRA. They were doing it. And so I just had a lot of things. I've never really been super open to having like a really deep relationship with someone. I never have before Jordan. And so it was like, there were just things that I had to do that you guys were talking with me about. And then I finally was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to let go, and I'm just going to do it. And keep in mind, I've known Jordan this whole time, but it was like literally right after that, after I said, I'm going to be open, which is why I was saying, I don't like being open, because I was like, you know about that already. But like, when I was like, I'm going to be open, that like, things had started with Jordan and I. Like we started talking, and it was just like going so fast. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember the next week we talked, I was like, hey, so like.
I met him. I met the guy I wrote about. That's the power of intentions.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. Chiropractic, I do definitely want to have my own practice. Maybe possibly multiple practices. I'm not sure yet, or just a really huge practice. I don't know. But I do know I'm going to have everything there. Like, or I want to. I mean, I'm not going to just like, I'm not going to say I'm going to copy Dr. Kyle, but like, he's just taught me so much about it. Why not? Right? If this is the healing, Dr. Kyle, if you're watching, just know, I'm going to be many you somewhere else.
You're realist. Yeah. But what would be better for the world?
Yeah. And I want to have even more things. Like he's even working on having even more things. Like, even more things. Like I just want it to be the center of healing. Like this is where you go to heal. And chiropractic, you do that definitely. And here are all these other things. Like maybe have a ton of providers. Like just really just have everything in that one space so that people can stop. I think the biggest thing is like people can stop having to go everywhere for their health, and they can go to one place, So that's what I want to do. And let's say financially, I don't know. I mean, I guess financially for me, like I'm not going to say I want to be like a millionaire or something like that. Like that's not like my goal. My goal financially is to have enough so I can live the life I want because if in service, it takes money, it takes money. So if you want to serve, you want to travel, you want to do things, like I want to be able to have enough so that I can do those things. And so I can live the life that makes me feel fulfilled. And so that I can bring my children up. I want to have kids. I love kids. I cannot wait to have kids. Like I want to bring my children up in this world and have them see that. And then, and be able to kind of, allow them to live a life that they get to experience a lot of different things, and come along with me. And, I want to have those things. So that's what I mean financially. If it takes millions to do it, then yes, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire financially, but
but
that's
your purpose, the money is automatic, but the purpose is
exactly. So that's what I want to do. And I know that, God's going to help me do that. He's going to figure it out. Like, and he's with me. We're going to work together, and all the doors are going to be open to exactly what I need to do. So that's what I'm excited about. I have like such a strong faith in that. I when you were talking about everything happens to me earlier, it's just like I don't even. It's everything happens for me, and I'm not saying this as somebody who's ignorant and hasn't gone through a lot of crazy stuff in life. I've gone through some horrendous things in life, and it's not that I'm trying to say, well, this all these things are bad. Like, why would you say it happened for you? Well, it's made me a different person. I'm able to connect with people on a deeper level, on a different level. Like when I talk with people, it's just different. It's almost like our hearts will like just connect in a way. And it's like it's allowed me to be able to do those things, which is I think allows me to be great at what I do because I'm able to connect so well with people. That's the thing. Because I've gone through those things. I know, you know. So I just believe that where I am in life is exactly where I'm supposed to be always. There's always a reason I'm somewhere. There's always a reason I'm going through something. And yeah. I'm the better for it always.
Yeah. Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I let you guys in. I hope I don't know if we still have 4 people, but you 4 people.
Well, now we have 5. Now
5 people.
Shout out to the other person who's been here, but they've all been here the whole time. So thanks, guys.
Oh,
yeah, we got these solid. We're growing.
We're growing.
Pretty soon there'll be 500 people, and then pretty soon 5,000 people, and then it'll be 50,000, and then 5 million people. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna go all the way back to this video from like.
I know. Yeah, and they're still gonna receive the same freaking dope ass benefits from it. I mean, like this has been. It's awesome to have this conversation with you, and thank you so much for sharing. Like with everybody, you know what I mean? Like this is such a cool experience to be able to do this with you.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, I felt because it's been so busy. Honestly, kind of, I'm not gonna lie, like I forget that we're on a podcast.
Yeah,
I feel like we're just like talking because this is how we would talk all the time. You know, but you know, life has changed. But like this just been so. I feel like I've just been catching up, you know, with my friend.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
And just talking about our lives, which is super cool. But yeah,
I know. And now I get to do it together.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah. So is there anything that you'd like to plug in for yourself at Dr. Fogel's, or things that you're working on personally? Like just let us know what you're up to, and how can we support Dr. Jasmine?
I mean, that's hard. I have so much support. Like in my life, I just do. Like even with Dr. Kyle, like Dr. Fogel, Dr. Kyle, like my family, you know, Jordan, my fiance. I don't know. I think the biggest thing
help you grow towards your goal. You say you want to have these big practices. Let's talk about that. How can we use this platform to just put it out into the world to help Dr. Jasmine grow? Exactly, with all the things that you're wanting to do in life.
Come see me. And I like meeting more people of chiropractic and more medical doctors, and just having a strong community, meeting more people who are interested in looking at things more holistically. Let's see. Finding out where I can have a huge facility that'll help a ton of people. I think that'll be anywhere though. I'm not really worried about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Being in touch with people who do amazing things, like docs who do amazing things, different things that I can learn. Dr. Kyle's like the king of going to seminars and having thousands of hours and so many different things. And I think that is why we're able to serve patients so well. So that's something I definitely want to do. And I don't know.
Okay, just so where can they come see you? Where are they going to come see you?
Georgia. Come in Georgia. Yeah.
Natural medicine and chiropractic specialties.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Make appointments.
And hey, like even meeting with students with, like, I don't know, like just giving back in that way. I'd love to help, help students in figuring out what they want to do. I get it. It's tough. and
Right.
just, being a guide. I feel like I've always had a guide in, my time. So that's
All right.
just,
Well, then we'll make an event, and you can
yeah,
be you can be a doctor at the event.
yeah,
All right. Easy day.
easy day.
Yeah. Cool.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It's been amazing. We'll
Oh,
get this out in the next couple days so you can share it with everybody that you love.
okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
guys. Thanks for the
Bye.
5 that have been hanging out. We love you.
Love you too. Thanks.